Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tosin of Opeoluwa. So I have a quick one for you. Um, People have been asking so many questions. I can't respond to everyone in the inbox. I'm sorry, I can't do it. I I work, I do so much. I tell you, when I say I do so much, I mean it. But let's do it this way. Purpose. Why do God assign purpose? So if you look at some of my shorts that I created, you will see those shorts this week. If you check our Instagram page, you will see those shorts where I talk about those things, little by little, 1 minute or thereabouts. And you will find something useful there. And you can also check the shorts on this channel as well, so that you will get some of the shorts form of the information. But let's do it this way. When you're talking about purpose, you are saying what is the meaning of this thing. I gave an example in one of the video. I have series of pen here. And many of these things, they have different purpose. I have this one specifically. For example, you can use this as a light pen. You can use it to scroll and all that. Your iPad or your phone. This one, red biro, of course, you can use it to mark scripts of your students. I have the marker. I use this when I'm traveling, when I'm going to the airport. I use this to write on my bag. So it's bold and clear. This one, I use it to sign. It's a very lovely ball pen. I usually use it to sign documents. And this is an highlighter and also a pen. So I use this if I'm reading. I still use hard copy Bible, so I use it. And sometimes when I'm reading, also I use it to mark my. So they are all pen, right? They are all pen, and I love using this to write. It's so smooth and thin, so it makes your handwriting fine. But I think, it makes your handwriting fine. So all these pen, they are representing your gifts and your talents. But remember, I said they all have different use. Now, someone made this pen. So let me give you an example. Let's say you, your friend, your brother, your sister, your uncle represent this pen. Somebody, the manufacturer, is God. When God created you, He embedded in you all the gifts and talents that you need to function. Now, those gifts and those talents, one thing that is peculiar to them is that God gave them so that you can use it to meet His own purpose on earth. Now, we pray, God, we want you to heal, we want you to save, we want you to deliver. But guess what? God is still doing miracle, right? But does everyone believes in miracle? No. Does everyone get healed when they pray for miracle? No. Some people will still have to go to the hospital, right? Who gave those doctors or the pharmacists or the pharmaceutical companies, who gave them the wisdom from their research? Is still God. Even if they are not born again, the devil does not have anything of his own. God owns every good thing. Every good and perfect gift comes from God, right? So when you are embedded with those gifts, God has something in mind when He was creating you. So while He was busy creating you, He's shaping you, He's molding you, and He's saying, let's say this is you, and then He's molding you, He's shaping, and yet the manufacturer say, this one is very nice. I love this mouse. It's very nice. This will be very good for somebody with a small hand or somebody with a long hand. God has something in mind when He was producing you in the factory, when He was creating you. Now, when you are on earth and you are not fulfilling that very reason for which He created you, you'll be miserable. That's why you see a lot of people, they struggle. In fact, you can even be successful and yet be miserable. Have you heard of so many rich and wealthy people who actually committed suicide because they are miserable, because they still can't find meaning to their life, despite all they have? They still can't figure out the reason why they were born. Because many people are just fortunate to, like, stumble on money. I've said this before. There are some people, there are stages in purpose fulfillment. There is a stage of identifying your purpose. There is a stage of clarifying your purpose. There is a stage of healing from the baggage you are bringing from your childhood that will not allow you to fulfill the purpose of God for your life. There is a stage of shaping where God will test you to ensure that you fit into His purpose for your life. And then there is a place of transformation. After you've been shaped, you are transformed to fit the purpose of God for your life. Now, here's the thing. If you miss or skip some of those stages, because the last stage is the profiting stage, some people immediately they identify their purpose, they clarify their purpose, and maybe they just meet a coach or a prophet that just speaks to their life, or they meet some network of people and then they were able to have connection. Immediately they have that connection. What happened next is they start profiting with that purpose. And that's why you see sometimes some entrepreneurs, that's why we see me say win with etiquette, because I know that your skill will take you anywhere, but your attitude, your character, your ability to stay under God, to form you, to shape you, is what will sustain you when you get to that position. People are crazy everywhere. You will meet all kinds of people everywhere. But what will distinguish you, because there's too much noise in the world actually, but what would distinguish you from other people or from the people in the world generally is your character, is those things that God has taught you while you were staying under Him to learn. Those are the things that will make you stand out in life. Don't miss any of those stages. Now, purpose and meaning and transformation, why are they important? When God has signed a purpose for you, remember, He has something in mind. So you have to search it out. Are you asking God about that reason for which He created all the things? Right? Remember the first example. You have to ask God, what's the essence? What am I going to be doing? How am I going to serve other people? How am I going to serve your purpose with all the gifts and the talents you've embedded in me? There's an example that I have here is when God was going to create man, one of the first things He said was, hey, come, let's make man in our image, right? Now, He said, let's make man. Now, when He was ready to put the man in the garden, the Bible says, if the man He has formed, is the man, it's not the one He make that He put in the garden, it's the one He formed. So He put the man He formed in the garden because it's the one He formed that can actually take care of the garden, until God started looking for help for him anyway. But what am I saying? If you are not formed, it's hard for you to fit into God's plan for your life. So God will not give you purpose without empowering you. God actually give you power to do things He has called you to do according to what you already have in you. If you look at everyone that God used, and I think I need every one of us to actually get this book, The Man God Uses. See, all the people that God used in the Bible, even in our own time, they are people that have encounter with God, personal encounter with God, encounter with the angel, people that God used. God transformed them. Look at how God transformed Jacob. Did you remember that? He fought with the angel, right? And told the angel to bless him. And his name was changed from Jacob to Israel, right? Look at how God called Moses. You see, he was raised, he was born to fulfill God's purpose, but he was raised to fulfill God's purpose because they were preparing him to be a leader. So they never knew that they were raising him to actually feel God's purpose for the people of Israel. But look at the encounter he has. After that encounter, can you see that a change started coming to him, right? He started changing bit by bit. The Bible called him the meekest man, right? How did he become meek? Somebody who rose up to kill somebody who was trying to harass an Israelite, right? He became a meek man. Look at several other people that God used, Elisha, Elijah, they encounter God. So when they encounter God, they have transformation. Every one of us, if we are going to do something spectacular for God in our generation, we must encounter God. We must stay under God. We must build an altar. We must have a direct connection with God. We must know who we are serving. We must know who we believe. We must know the God that called us. We must know the assignment. We must understand the assignment. If we don't do this, we will not experience the best of God. We will not be able to show our world the God that is really coming one day. I want us to sleep over this and think about it. Profiting with your purpose is something spiritual. It's not only by making money from it, it's by ensuring that God profits from his investment over your life, from his investment over my life. And we can only do that successfully by staying connected to God despite all the noise around. Thank you so much for watching. If you're still watching, thank you for watching. And if you're listening to the podcast, I want to say a big thank you. Don't forget to subscribe, share, like. Let me know your opinion. Let me know what you think. How is God dealing with you? Are you able to clarify your own purpose? Are you able to define the meaning? Is the transformation journey a easier one? Do you think you need help on the journey or an accountability partner? Let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, on Facebook. I really don't post on Twitter, but I'm actually everywhere. And I'll see you next time. Right for now, have a great week.